My name is Sydney Bedinsky, and this is my weekly vlog. I'd like to start off by mentioning my students have discovered I do these weekly vlogs, and I have a few notes, one of them being a shout out. Shout outs go to Ferris, Drew, Una, and the Goon Squad. This one's for you guys. This week, I decided to do some feedback. I gave my students the opportunity to give me their unfiltered, honest opinion of me in an anonymous feedback form. I also gave them the opportunity to leave it blank if they didn't wish to participate. Some of my favorite responses being, I didn't want to write anything, so I drew you a cat. You are very nice and give good feedback. You can also be scary, which is probably good when surrounded by teenagers. They're not entirely wrong. A lot of my students really have appreciated the fact that I speak to them like people rather than speaking down to them. Something I was noted was I could be less confrontational and that I am very militant when it comes to being on their phones and using the computers in the classroom inappropriately. A solution that I have come up with this is spoons. Why spoons, you might be asking? Well, A, they're cheap and from the dollar store, so that's pretty easy. But I also really felt that it resonated with the saying that I use when I am out of the mental or physical capacity to do something. I say that I'm out of spoons. Simply put, if I don't have any spoons in my drawer to give you, I don't have anything to give you. So what I did was I marked every bag with the period number and I wrote every student's name on their spoons. If they wanted to take a 5-minute uninterrupted break to do whatever they would like, within reason, they go grab their spoon with their name on it and put it on their desk. It's a wonderful visual aid for me that signals the student needs a 5-minute break, and it also is an opportunity to give them responsibility on their time management and for their own mental health. Students have been using it, and I've really been appreciating that they're giving it a try. The majority have not, which is to be expected. My AT did inform me that things like this are easier to implement at the beginning of the semester rather than in the middle. It has been really beneficial that my AT is so supportive and does not micromanage me. It really makes me feel like they trust me and they trust my judgment when it comes to interacting with the students and the class. That support is crucial because I too find that I want to be supportive for my students. I want them to let them know that my classroom is a safe space where they can just ask questions freely and fail with confidence. I don't personally like using the word failure. I like using the term learning curves because learning is a journey and it's not linear. I really valued getting the feedback from my students. It was a wonderful opportunity for me to look deep inside and reflect while also giving my students an opportunity to help me become a better teacher for them. In our BTV class, our broadcasting, we are trying to find a better routine so everybody is as prepared as possible at the beginning of the day with the multiple things that we have to do to ensure that we're running seamless, concise, and effective. In this process, we're trying to set it up in the mindset of if you are here early and you've done everything you need to ensure your success, help your fellow students out by doing the same for them. Getting everything set up for everybody else can be quite a bit daunting. So instead, if you have the extra time and somebody is not here yet, start getting their station ready for them. And if you finish that, go on to the next one. It makes everybody's life easier and it's a simple act of kindness that can really improve the quality that we produce. All of my students in my second period class have now started the filming portion of their documentary project, which has been very exciting. Some of them are taking it very seriously, and I'm also trying to be an aid to my students, ensuring that all of them get an equal opportunity when they start their process to make sure that their lighting is correct and to make sure that they're meeting all of the expectations, if not more, of what I'm asking for them in this assignment. I will make time because that is what I want to do. I want to make sure that my students feel supported. I want to make sure that my students feel like somebody in the classroom genuinely cares about them. I've been really enjoying making these genuine connections with my students, and I am sad to say that I will miss them quite a bit if I do leave Beale after my placement. On that note, many student teachers are leaving tomorrow. It is their last day for their first round of practicums. I, however, being part of the University of Windsor's program, will be here for the entirety of my practicum, which is going to be equated to basically the end of the semester. A lot of students were really glad to hear that I'm going to be here with them the entire semester. That made me feel really nice to know that they actually enjoy my presence in the classroom and that they enjoy me as a teacher. Overall, this week has been very productive. We're getting everybody on the right track. It's definitely a juggling act to make sure that everybody is progressing at an appropriate level and making sure the students who aren't getting concepts quite as fast are understanding eventually. Nobody is going to be learning everything at the same time and understanding it in the same way. So having this one-on-one has really given me a wonderful opportunity to just do what I need to do to make sure that they succeed. And it's been nice to see that a lot of students that weren't doing so well initially are taking those steps and the effort to try and be better. And I recognize that, and I let them know I see it in them and I appreciate their effort. Tomorrow, I'm going to be going to Banting and joining my fellow TCs to see how their school actually functions. It's going to be a wonderful opportunity for me to see a different classroom environment and see how they operate. Moving forward, I really just want to make sure that I'm doing everything that I possibly can and not succumb to overthinking, as I often do. In short, I want to be the best educator I can be, but I also want to remember that I need to take time for me, make sure that I'm taking care of myself so that I can take care of my students effectively. This has been Sydney Bedinsky. Have a wonderful week, everyone.